Hey guys, I want to show you something really fun that you can do in Borderlands 3, and that's how to play in third person. This is really easy to do and set up, and big shout out to Doc Pablo. He's the one that discovered it, I believe. I'll have his YouTube channel linked down in the description. So to go from first person to third person in Borderlands, you need to be Moze. That's the only character currently that we're able to get it to work with. Also, you have to do this in a co-op match. You cannot do this solo, and you cannot be host. For some reason, host absolutely cannot do this, and it's kind of the same situation where the super jump for Moze is like that, where the host cannot engage the super jump. So to set the camera in third person, what you need to do is go into Iron Bear and then let Iron Bear run out of fuel, and you want it to get down to the last few seconds so you can just blast ammo or whatever you need to do. And once it gets down to the last few seconds, you want to hit the pause menu and go into photo mode. There's no tricky timing involved here. All you're trying to do is be in photo mode as you're being ejected from the Iron Bear, and just getting the fuel down to where it's almost empty just kind of speeds up the process. So once you get it really close to the end, again, all you have to do is hit pause and go into photo mode, and then just sit there and wait for the fuel to run out and for it to eject you from the mech. So right here, fuel's almost out. I'm gonna pause, go into photo mode, and then wherever you look with the camera, it doesn't really matter. So just sit here and wait for it to eject you out. And you're gonna go into first person for a second, and then it should force you into third person if you did it correctly. If you're too close to barriers around you, it might force the camera in a really weird position, but you can correct that real easily. Once you're in third person, there is a limitation with turning left or right or anywhere. You can run straight forward and run left and right, but if you want to turn and go a different direction, you have to actually slide that direction. So right here, I'm going to do a 180 by sliding the other direction, and it turns the character around. What you do is just put your camera in the direction that you want to go and then engage a slide, and then it will readjust your character to go that direction. It's kind of weird at first, but you get used to it after a while, and I mean, it is a glitch, so what can you expect? In third person, you can do almost everything that you can in first person. You can go into your menu, switch weapons, you can target and shoot enemies. The only thing you can't do is ADS. You do have the reticle on the screen, and you're able to target enemies with that, but when you ADS, it just goes away and it doesn't trigger it. There are some weapons that you can ADS with, and it does some really weird stuff, and I'll show you guys that later on in the video. There's some other things I want to show you guys that you can and cannot do with this, and because the camera is positioned in a different way, you're not actually attached to your character anymore. You're like a few feet behind it. So if you're trying to go up and say smash some of the ERIDIUM crystals, then you're gonna have a tough time with it. You got to make sure that the camera is closer to it than your actual character, and then you can melee it and break it. It does put you into first person for a moment, but then it pulls you back out to third. If you're trying to open weapon crates or ammo crates, you have to actually put the character on the other side of the crates and then put your camera closer to it, and then you're going to see the option to open it. In regards to vehicles being in third person, you're able to get into the passenger seat and the driver's seat. If you get into a passenger seat, it's going to put you into third person while you're riding around. It looks really cool, and when you get out, you're going to be able to maintain the third person glitch. If you get into the driver's seat, then it's going to put you back into first person, and when you get out of the vehicle, it'll put you back into first person and undo the glitch. We wanted to try out all kinds of different things with this, and shout out to Angel's kid for helping me with this. We wanted to go over to Splinterlands and see if we could ride the roller coaster in third person. You're able to get into the roller coaster cars in third person, but as soon as you're in it, it puts you back into first person. But when you get out, you do maintain the glitch. Also, I wanted to see what happens if you teleport, and teleporting is fine. You get to keep the third person, but if you get downed and completely bleed out and have to go back to a new U station, it will undo the glitch. Some other stuff we tried was to glitch out other players in the game with the gunner seat on Iron Bear. I got into the gunner seat, and then I went into photo mode, and when I got ejected out because they were being ejected out and doing the glitch, I was hoping that I would be glitched out too in third person, but unfortunately it doesn't work like that. We also tried recreating the glitch using other characters, where you could get into a vehicle and then go into photo mode and then get forced out by like enemies blowing it up, and then we were hoping that whenever you were ejected that it would put you in third person, but unfortunately it doesn't. Now, I do know there's a way where you can do the opposite and go into photo mode while you're in a vehicle and drive in first person, but I haven't tried that yet. And I think we tried everything we could as far as getting in and out of stuff and trying to replicate the glitch in other ways, and maybe we've missed something, and if you guys have ideas, definitely comment down below. Now going back to some of the weapons that you can ADS with, well, you don't really ADS, but you do get the overlay with the scope, like with the Gettleberg rocket launcher. It doesn't allow you to zoom in at all, but you do get the target and all the other graphics with it. Then the snipers do this as well. For example, the Lyuda, whenever you ADS, you're gonna see the crosshairs. Again, it does not zoom in, but it's definitely amusing. And this is such a new glitch that there might be some more cool stuff that you can do with this, and if you guys find anything, definitely let me know. You can comment down below or email me, glitchingqueen@gmail.com. Also, this does work on PlayStation and PC. I haven't tried it on Xbox, but I'm assuming that it does. But I hope you guys get to check this out, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you next video.
Show you around.
Sparrow, what the hell? Typhon says the universe is in danger. We don't have time for a tour.
Go to hell, Grouse. Tour time! FYI, I did all the interior decorating. Nice.
What took you so long, Vault Hunter? We got a universe to save! What? You were expecting someone less handsome?